guys, happy Sunday. Hope you've all had a great week or a couple of weeks. I'm trying to get these videos out every other week, and then I want to get to the point where I can do something in between. But at the moment, as I'm sure you can understand, there's quite a lot going on. So this week we start with a very short video on what the finished article was from last week, because I didn't get a chance to get that in. And then we're going over a oil line replacement. So hope you guys find that interesting, something a little bit different. Wanted to say a massive thank you again. Another great video last week or 2 weeks ago. Please do like and subscribe. We're very, very close to 1,000. So tell your mum, tell your auntie, tell your brother, whoever. Really appreciate the effort, guys. I'll catch you soon. Finished article. She's going now. Move on. What's going on? So a little bit different today. Today we are redoing this oil pipe. And it's all outside, and I'm pretty sure the heavens are about to open. But such is life. So let me talk you through what we're going to do. Let me talk you through what happened actually first. So these guys just moved into this house 4 or 5 months ago, something, and they were edging the lawn, and they put their blade straight through. Now, I've never seen oil pipe like this. It's literally just plastic piping. Which is definitely not fit for purpose. You can see, once upon a time, the oil pipe used to come out here as well. So it's obviously been redone already once before, just in the wrong material. So what we're going to do is, sorry, that's the boiler there, is we're going to take it along here, pull it along underneath the step, all clipped to the wall, and then from here I need to channel out along there, poke it up through the wall, and then it will come, literally run all the way around the garage and then punch through that wall to where the oil tank is. So it's gonna be a bit of fun today. It's gonna absolutely hammer it down very shortly, so let's see how we get on. Right, so trench is done. So I'm going to lay some sand in that, then the pipe, then more sand, then pack some MOT over the top, and then I can screed that in. But that's going to be tomorrow now, because it's taken me all day to dig a trench. So that's just one of those things. I was expecting, look at that little bit there. I was expecting a couple of hours to get that trench done, but in places that concrete is about 8 inches thick. So one of those things you won't know until you start. And it's always, whenever I'm digging a hole, digging a trench, whatever it is, it's always raining. Don't know why, but it's just my luck, isn't it? But there are worse places to work. I mean, It is absolutely gorgeous out here. And I've just noticed over here, luckily a little hardcore part for me to put all the spoil in, but I'm hoping that we can pick these up. Because I was looking around and I was like, what on earth is that? And in this field next to us, we've got some kind of pig, alright mate, and llamas or alpacas or something. So, living the dream. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll catch you in the morning. We're back. So, got some ballast, got some sharp sand, get sand in the trench, then I can start laying my pipe. I've already drilled through just on this corner down here. Take us into the garage, so let's get it on. Okay, so sanding, piping, taking it up there, clipped ready to elbow across the wall and then through, and then I brought it up here, clipped along under the door, and then I've left some slacks and excess here, ready to connect into there. This pipe's got a bit of a gammy end on it anyway, so I'm just going to cut that out and then cut it in here, or I may even take it around there. Depends what state the pipe works in. But this is the material that we're using. So this is, see the gammy in there, so this is 10mm copper, and then it's lagged in, or sleeved if you like, in plastic. So this is the right stuff for the job, not that. So we're going to put another layer of sand now on top of this. Then we've got some MOT to put on top of that, tamp that down, mix up some concrete, and fill it in. Notice how I've not put any fittings in the floor. So we've got 2 bends either end, especially with oil, because you have to use compression. It's just a bad idea. So just nice swept bends under the floor will work a treat. Okay, so this is about a 5-in-1 mix. I'm sure someone in the comments will tell me that's too strong, but I'd rather it's too strong than too weak, especially in a channel like this. So start filling that up and go from there. Just like that, trench is filled in. So what I'll do now is I'll leave it for a little bit, and I might just give it a light sprinkle with water and then just go over it with a brush, just to try and take out any of the big lips. I'm no master at concrete, but it does the job. So next job is to connect onto that, take it through into the garage, around and along that back wall, and then connect her up at both ends. So get in there. Honestly, don't believe it. Don't believe it. Holding my finger, not even working on floors, just moving a pile of wood. And what is there? The spawn of Satan itself. Absolutely sick of it. Okay, it's now blowing a gale out here, but we are on to our last connection. And I just got to clip this last little bit of pipe. And then we can test it. And then we're going to give the boiler a service while we're here. So, preempting a question, why am I using compression? You should always use compression on oil. Once upon a time when I did my training, get that out of the way. So shit. I was always told that the reason they always want you to use oil on compression on oil is because if there was a fire and you use solder, the solder can melt and then effectively you're fueling the fire, aren't you? So I'm just going to see if this olive is going to match up to this cup. Oh, look at that. That's a touching it. So that's why we use compression, because if there's a fire, it won't melt. So this is going to be bloody hard to do one-handed, isn't it? So, just going to try and walk you through how we terminate this. Okay. Right, so how do we terminate this stuff? Just a knife, and you're just going to score around the sheath. Like that. And then the way I do it is just do another score a little bit further up. And then you can cut the sheathing off. Like that. And then you can cut the pipe. And then it's just a standard compression fitting. So you've got a nut and olive. If you've never worked with 10mm before, the only thing you've got to be careful, exactly the same, the only thing you've got to be careful with is over tightening it, because the copper is not as strong as 15mm or 22mm. So you've really got to be careful that you don't over tighten it and end up crimping the copper. What I don't like about compression fittings is that they can weep. So you've really got to be careful and take your time. Make sure your fittings are nice and tight, but not over tight. But then also keep an eye on it for the next half an hour or so, and maybe lay some tissue underneath it so that you can see if anything's leaking. So we've got a few more clips to do, and then we can vent the line and then go from there. Other thing, if you're ever working with oil, always wear gloves. It's awful stuff. Okay, all done. Spoilers been serviced. All line runs along, as I said, through the trench, along here, in there, and then runs around the garage, all the way around and through there, and it connects on. All tested, happy days. That's it for this one.